The views expressed in the following show are for entertainment purposes only. They are not necessarily the views of Twin Galaxies, HD Films, or any other affiliates. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Settle It on the Screen.
Hey,
April
what's up?
24th, 2015. I am Michael Soroka, along here with Nick Houselander.
Yup.
In TG Live 2, Glenn Updike. Our other hosts, we're back together. Hi, Glenn. How are you doing?
Trio's back.
I'm doing good. How about you guys?
Doing great.
Right?
And just for you, for those of you joining us possibly for the first time, Settle It on the Screen is the commentary show about the Twin Galaxies database.
Yep.
We're going to announce some world records.
Yes.
For those of you like, oh, that isn't Jace Hall, he's on the next hour.
Yeah, we're
for
not
Twin
Jace
Galaxies, State of the Galaxies. That's following our show.
Yep.
But basically, we're here to, you guys can call in the show, have your opinions, celebrate some world record holders. You know, this is not our show, it's all the competitors' show as well. So
It is our show, though, technically.
yeah,
Kind of.
yeah. So
We're on it. So.
but any topic you
It's
want to
us.
talk about, please, get up your web camera and call us for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it's been a week. Sorry for not joining you guys last week.
It's been 2 weeks.
Nick had the
It's
awesome.
been 3 weeks for me.
Yeah, Nick had the awesome. You got to go Star Wars
I
Celebration.
did. I got to see JJ
So
live.
that's
It was
why
awesome.
there was no show last week. I
Yeah.
was super sick. Glenn couldn't connect, so sorry about last week for those of you who did tune in and like, oh, what the heck? Thanks, settle it. Yeah, I was planning on it, but I got so sick. You would have been worth it. So thanks for you guys joining us this week. We do have some world records to announce.
Cool.
Again here. But how was the celebration?
It was good. It was very good. Obviously, J.J. Abrams' Kathleen Kennedy thing was probably the way. It was good. It was a lot of people. It was my first time to California, so the weather alone was enough to make it a good trip. But cool convention center, very cool convention. It was not the greatest run show I've ever been to, but you know, whatever. We still had a
Disney.
blast. Yeah, that's true.
NEA.
Yeah.
Battlefront. Yeah. Did you play Battlefront or no?
No, I'm not a huge fan of that game, so I didn't.
You're not a huge fan of video games.
Yeah,
so.
I'm really not. But Battlefront, no, that line, like all lines, was at least an hour, and really all it was you just like go watch the new trailer for it.
Oh, you didn't even play it?
You might have. I didn't go in the tent.
Oh, okay.
It's like one of the few things I didn't do. But I mean, people were going crazy though every time.
Oh,
it went off every 5 minutes, and people were screaming every single time.
The video game trailer.
We watched the trailer, and it looked pretty sweet.
My understanding, it's the gap between Jedi and the new movie.
Yeah, which is 30 years.
So
it's a lot of
that's
time.
a lot of time. And when does it come out? Like a month before?
Yeah, it doesn't come out for
So
a
we gotta go
while.
through 30 years of content.
Yeah.
From a video game within 30 days before we watch episode 7, right?
Pretty much. Well, over like the next 8 months, it's gonna be an onslaught of new books, new comics, all new material, basically.
Nerding it up. So.
Yeah. No, it was great though. Obviously seeing the trailer was pretty much the best thing ever. Which I mean, always online, but it was cool seeing it. And the Rogue One panel too. We got to see the teaser. I don't think it's online, but they showed a teaser for this anthology standalone movie, which was pretty cool. So
Awesome.
no, it was a good trip though. Very good trip.
Speaking of gaming conventions, we had the Classic Gaming Arcade 2 weeks ago. I still didn't get word of who won that. Maybe Glenn knows. Glenn did join us, and actually Chris and TG Live 3, they were at MGC calling into the show.
I heard about it.
It was a little crazy. How was it, Glenn? How was the Midwest Gaming Classics?
It was a blast like every year. Time of my life. Countless games, good people to hang out with. Lots of beer.
Did you play
Can't
any
go
video
wrong.
games or just look at them?
I spent the majority of the time standing around looking at them. I dabbled
Okay.
for like maybe an hour.
I was gonna say, I know that's all I did. I drank and watched other people play.
I played
video
more
games.
pinball than anything else.
I was gonna say, I just played a lot of people mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played a lot of pinball this year. I'd say
We did
that's
play,
the majority.
My wife and I
But they
did play
got
a lot
your
of
share.
Baby Pac too. That was fun.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh yeah, they had a Pandora Palace. Palace cocktail in the Star World room too that I loved. So there were a few gems.
Didn't you receive it? Didn't you buy a game there, Chris?
Tubin, yeah.
Great game.
Yeah. It's a good deal. Very excited.
Awesome. All right, well, it's kind of been 2 weeks, so...
Scores.
Yeah, and actually, I kind of say it's been a little light, too.
Yeah?
I mean, there's lots of... We're still only going to read 10 world records over the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, and there's still other submissions, maybe not first places, or some inaugural records we're not going to read tonight. But it seems to me there's been a little...
A lull?
There's been a little slowdown, in my opinion, the past 2 weeks.
It was bound to happen eventually.
Exactly.
Come on. Yeah. How long's the scoreboard been open now? It's not like a super long, but it's almost
still,
4 months. So.
I was expecting it. I was expecting it like summer. So
makes sense.
Here we go. World records for the week of April 24th, 2015.
Who's him? I don't think we've ever done one of his scores.
Yeah, it's like we've never done any of his scores before. Ryan Geno of Aurelia, Ontario. Bonk's Adventure. Max out score of 999,999 points.
Whoa.
Very great game. Love it.
Yeah, it's good. Not as good as the other 2 Bonk ones, but it's definitely the 3rd best Bonk game.
Yeah.
Still
Bonk
a great game.
Awesome.
Yeah, all Bonk games are great. What do we got next? Neil Hernandez from Michigan.
That's wrong.
No, is that wrong?
Yeah, it's not from Michigan.
Where is he from?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Okay. We've given him honorary Michigan status.
Yep.
Honorary Michigan residency. So Neil Hernandez from Arcade, Cruising USA, LA Freeway. I was just on an LA Freeway.
Yeah.
It was, we got to go like 8 miles an hour. Slowest race, that's what it should be called. But his fastest race, 1 minute 48.45 seconds.
On the arcade machine. One of my favorite arcade machines.
Yeah, me too.
I want one. Great game. Congratulations to Corey Chambers from Michigan. I know that. This one's the true one. Yeah. I made these about maybe 10 minutes ago, these graphics. Cool. So, Castlevania 5 lives. We'll talk about this a little bit later. There's a new track for this game now.
Where does it say the 5 lives?
Yeah, well, there's a new track for it right now. Okay. We'll get into that. 14,938,520 points for 5 life limit. Most points on Castlevania. Congratulations to him. I think
nice going, Corey.
It was another 5 to 6 hour gameplay.
Ugh.
I know. I didn't.
That's brutal.
Yeah, I did not verify that.
Yeah, it's 5 hours too long. We got Donna Trades from Ruston, Virginia. Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Tetris and Dr. Mario. Tetris Lines. 293.
Very impressive. This did come across my desk.
Oh.
And he beat 2 other gamers who
really
thought, like, I don't know if they thought it was 292 was the perfect score, but we had a tie.
Not so much.
We had a tie for 292, and then Don comes in and gets one more line. I'm wondering if anybody else is going to try to push this one a little bit higher.
292 is perfectly average.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an okay score.
And what's 293? Just above average?
No, it's amazing.
Amazing? Okay.
It's a world record. It's that out.
Fighting Hawk for MAME. Very cool game. I watched this one.
Yeah.
Kind of want to play it. From James Colville from Yorkshire.
Yeah, sure.
United Kingdom. I'm assuming it could be Yorkshire, Mississippi. I just saw Yorkshire.
It has UK next to it, so I'm
No, but I put the UK in there assuming. So.
Okay.
James, if you're not from the UK, I just did an assumption.
Everyone lives everywhere today.
1,629,150 points. Awesome game. It's like a Mercs game.
Hell yeah.
Sweet game.
All good. Those are the best kind of games. Love Mercs. What we got next?
Come on, click the button.
Do it.
There you go.
Nope.
No, I did it again.
That's the same one.
That's why we need Josh back.
There we go. Mark Cohen from Las Vegas, Nevada. I got PlayStation Gran Turismo. Was it? I'll read everything. GT mode, license B10, basics of cornering. 5. S-turn.
Yeah, that's the setting.
Jesus. Fastest time, 20.253 seconds.
Very cool. I think he beats it by maybe a
I was gonna say
couple hundredth of a second.
Okay.
It was a
That's
cool,
pretty good though.
It was a cool record. I know a lot of people see those Gran Turismos and like, oh, this is another inaugural world record.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
one I kind of, went through them, and this one, he had to work at this one. To
Well,
get
I
this
mean,
score.
for something that has that type of settings to follow,
Oh yeah.
I figure if you can manage to get the game to go to all those settings, you're 90% done. Playing the game, it's just like a whatever.
To one of our Mario brothers, Stephen Boyer of South Carolina, USA, on the MAME, playing Journey, 198,600 points. I know nothing about Journey.
No,
I just saw he got a world record.
that's good. I mean,
I've seen Journey a lot, so I have no idea. If anyone wants to take the point on Journey,
yeah, and I mean, if you wanna,
you play
if you
different
guys
stages as different members of the band, and there's a different
yeah, I was
objectives.
gonna say, if you think you can beat that score, just don't stop believing. You can definitely get there.
Yeah, so each member is a different part of the game. It's actually, it's a little clunky. I think the hitboxes are a little funky last time I saw it. I haven't really played it that much, but I think, there's a different song for each level as well as a different member of each, the band for each stage.
sweet.
No kidding. Got Mike.
Roma.
Mike. I can say it in my head. Romagnoloni.
There you go.
Sure, Mike Romagnoloni of Canada,
Nice.
whole continent. Sega Saturn Digital Pinball. Canada's a continent. Last Gladiators Digital Pinball.
North America.
Dragon Showdown. 480,607,330 points.
Great game.
Yeah, no
Because it's on
kidding.
the Saturn, baby.
Oh, then it's good then. They only released good games for the Sega Saturn, especially in the United States.
Yep. We've been reading a few Robotron scores from Atari 5200.
Mm-hmm.
It's been pushed up again, probably 2 weeks ago. So this might be some of you guys like, oh, this score happened a long time ago. Well, yeah, 2 weeks ago probably. 1,231,075 points from Michael Ferguson. Like I said, there's 3 or 4 people going back and forth on this game. It's amazing that 4 people have 4 working controllers.
I was gonna
for
say,
Atari 5200.
normally I would think, oh, Atari 5200 Robotron. Was your score 11? Because that should usually take the best record on any 5200 game.
Yep.
I got one guy, and then my controller died.
Yep.
It took me 9 years to find a new one.
Congratulations to Michael to have a working Atari 5200 and the amazing skill.
Yeah, no kidding. To have the speed, not to break the control. We got Craig Gallant, Gerard's son. Gerard's son as always. Charlottetown, PE in Canada. We got the main multi-champ deluxe version. I'm not even going to read that. Points, Solitaire, 215,200.
Second
What's
console gamer in centuries here.
Yeah, I'm not reading version 0106.06-0.
No, that's the date.
I know that. I just like reading the numbers.
I'm just excited that you can get a world record on Twin Galaxies playing solid.
I know. I didn't know that was a thing.
That's why.
Is there a Minesweeper one too?
I'm pretty sure Twin Galaxies track
that'd be
fastest
awesome.
time for Minesweeper. But no, it's still solitaire.
No, I know.
I mean,
Could I set up Solitaire with a deck of cards and videotape it and then what? Set my own point system for the game?
that's
There's got to be
single.
a coin flip game out there somewhere.
That's single
Consecutive coin
Galaxies.
flips.
Single Galaxy.
Yeah. Single Galaxies the video is the website that's dedicated to tracking board games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like that
One
it's-
player board games.
Yeah, well,
too.
obviously. I like that it's called Single Galaxies, though. There's only one of them, but
Sorry.
there's a whole bunch of
You
them.
think I thought of
No,
what I'm
that's not,
saying?
no, I like that. I was
Now
actually
they're just
making fun of
lonely,
it.
and they haven't found another galaxy that's right for them yet. They're single
Is that-
galaxies.
Yeah, don't worry, Galaxies. You'll find your way. You'll find that special galaxy.
I like to believe that. That's just
Well,
the kind of guy.
So congratulations to all our world record holders. For those of you joining us, you can be a video game world record
Yes.
holder. Go to Twin
You can be a video game world record.
Actually, we'll get into that
Yeah,
subject shortly. You could too.
New to Twin Galaxies.
We'll get to that in a little bit, but for those of you who don't know, you can go to twingalaxies.com, look up your favorite video game, new, maybe not new, but old arcade, Nintendo, Atari, Sega Master System, Virtual Boy, and you can see what is the world record for.
I'm gonna make it.
Learn how to submit on there.
Yeah, Atari skiing.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
I will. I planned on it.
Huh?
What?
Thursday?
Alrighty.
Cool.
Dead air. All right.
That's how we start.
That's good. That's good. And go.
Yeah. So
What game, Mike?
I guess we'll play. I'm trying to play Super Pac-Man. Trying to go for the world record.
cool.
Namco Museum Remix on the Wii. Yes, I know it's not a great score, but for those of you who know the world records I'm going for, you know I'm going for it. I'll play a little bit of that later. But what's the big news at Twin Galaxies website? And many of you are probably sticking around to ask questions on State of the Galaxies. Is
Betting. You can bet now.
not
Right?
yet.
Not yet? Oh, okay.
Not
Oh,
yet.
that hasn't been announced yet. Oh, okay.
Is the users, everybody, us, you, me, maybe not
people.
you, anybody who
Maybe
submits can suggest and get new tracks for Twin Galaxies to track for video game world records. So, for example, we'll just take, which I'm surprised I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
The Wii U is out, and Twin Galaxies has been kind of in limbo the past 2 years, so there hasn't been anything in the database for Wii U. So, Super Mario Brothers
That's
World
true.
3D. Great game, comes bundled with the system.
Yes.
What's the world record on that? I'm surprised nobody has submitted anything for that. Well, basically,
No.
You
Because
want-
couldn't.
yeah. So, do you want to see that in the Twin Galaxies database? You put up submission points. Other people say, yeah, those are good rules, and bam, it's trackable. And then
Cool.
people submit records for those sets of rules. So, really, what it is Twin Galaxies has allowed us to set rules, and as long as a few people will donate, I guess donate, really, I don't know if it's donate, use submission points,
I don't think it's donating.
you can get a new track in the board, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm a part of a little, I guess, mishap or part of the testing. I saw this. I saw
Not a mishap. It's just your opinion, and it was a good one.
It was Tuesday or Wednesday, I believe. I don't know what day it was. I was on vacation.
It was this week.
I was in my hotel room, the only place that had internet. Go to twingalaxies.com, and hey, tracking is available. I'm like, yes, sweet. Finally, I can stop destroying Donkey Kong motherboards. So I'm like, I put in the rules for fastest completion.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, I can't think of his name right now. Bodybuilder guy.
Arnold
From Canada.
Schwarzenegger?
No, from Canada.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, come on. dude.
Vincent?
Is that-
Vincent.
Vincent.
No!
I've seen Vincent speedrun Donkey Kong on MAME before, and I thought that was awesome. I thought that was
No, dude,
way
it's
more
the best
skill,
way.
way more skill set for speedrun of Donkey
It's
Kong.
a heck of a lot more entertaining to watch.
Yes, it
I can
is,
tell you
yeah.
that.
So what did I do? I spent 10 submission points.
Yeah.
Basically, the exact same ROM settings for the point score, and say fastest completion from when you hit start to when the kill screen, when you can't play the game anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I think I was the first one to submit it, but
Did you
somebody
anger people, Mike?
I don't know. Maybe
No.
we'll find out. Somebody else, or people have been talking about it, submitted another score
Oh.
or another track with a little bit different rules.
How
So
different?
obviously the system did not catch that. There was already one in place. And Jace will talk about that during his show, what he's going to do, et cetera, et cetera. But this is kind of my little fear, which I'm assuming Jace will talk me out of it, all of us out of it, of
Or
what
just
happens.
go,
But
That's what
the
you
biggest fear for a lot of you out there, and please come in the chat and speak your word, is could this turn into a record center?
We can
There's
only
just-
hope.
There's just all these different nuances that, I don't like that rule, I'm going to make my own, I'm getting my buddy to give me points. And then it's
Everyone
just-
will have first place and whatever.
Yeah, so a lot of people have been talking about, Jace needs to raise the amount of points you need to submit, all that kind of stuff. So that's what we kind of want to talk about, because obviously it'll help us all have better questions for Jace
Yeah.
coming up at 10 p.m. or 7 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah.
So what's your guys' opinions? Anybody in the chat? Anyone?
What's up, guys?
How else are you going to? How else are you going to deduplicate those besides having somebody actually look at those in a lot of cases? I mean, you guys could have titled it very differently. Obviously, it's the same game. It's Donkey Kong. The score is based on your time, but how is it going to be different, or how is the system necessarily going to differentiate fastest 1-1 versus fastest complete game versus something else?
Yeah. I mean, you have to be
unless there's standard terminology across the board or something somehow, which is impossible since games are so different.
Yeah, and like I said, and the thing is are people going to start doing that with some records? I don't like that rules. Us 5 people want to play this way. This 5 people want to play that way. I think that totally waters down the score.
I agree with you too. Well, and who's to say you couldn't? And obviously, this is what Jace will talk about, but who's to say you can be like, okay, I got a new one for Donkey Kong. You have to jump 5 times in a row on each different set. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see where I'm going with this, sir? You could make up anything you wanted, and people would be like, that's not the record. You only jumped 3 times.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I
like the idea, but it seems like there needs to be some sort of regulation. Because like you said, if there's a discrepancy in the time or in the kill screen, like I was joking about beforehand, I'm like, I kill screened Donkey Kong too. I died 3 times in the first level and the game stopped. Yeah. That's a kill screen.
Yeah, because when you get somebody new to Twin Galaxies, if we're too specific, guess what? I mean, I know we need to be specific to a point, but it makes it not fun again.
Oh my God, absolutely.
You know, I mean, that's kind of
sucks all
the thing that Jace always got back to about. Well, you got to realize if you need this much evidence, then it's not going to be fun for anybody. Yeah, and that's where these little rules and nuances could get to a point if they're that bad. I don't think we've seen any of them. No. I haven't gone through most of them either.
This could be the beginning of it.
Yeah, it's beta too.
No, and at the same time, like you just said, taking all the fun out of it, if Jason, the people part of the community want to grow this site, you can't keep going inward. Mm-hmm. That's not how it works. Yeah. If you want it to just be a tiny little club where it's you and 10 people going to it, awesome. Knock yourself out. Yeah. But if you actually want to make this site something big and something really great, you can't keep just poking and poking and poking. Well, not that, not that, not that, not that. I want it to be like this. It's not fun. It's not fun. No one cares. If it's not fun, no one cares.
Yeah, at that point, yeah.
Seriously, and honestly, it's video games. If it's not fun, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Seriously. That's the point.
I'll read the chat. If people ignore discussions about tracks and make their own, cough me. Guess they're complaining about me making the track. I'll say this:
anger.
If you guys are watching the show earlier,
I poked the bear.
Yeah, I poked the bear. I went to the website. I saw that it was available. I've been wanting Donkey Kong speedrun for 5 years.
Yeah, because it's the best way. It's the only way that makes a game fun. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I didn't go to the forums. I was so excited. I just went from the start of the game, from pushing the button until you can no longer control it, until the kill screen's at. I don't know what's wrong with that, but obviously I'm in the minority, and that's fine. Delete mine, whatever. I don't care. But that's another thing.
Or don't play it
that's
that
another
way.
thing. We get users who will never go into the forums.
Exactly.
They're only there to adjudicate and submit. Yeah. So you can't be like every single person has to be on the forums looking over the rules before we submit anything. That's not going to work. It's not
Good
fun.
Good luck getting anyone to do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's not fun. So to Kernzy's things, we want less Kong variations. Like I said earlier, I stopped destroying Donkey Kong,
motherboards,
PCBs and stuff like that because I was so excited.
I know.
But then,
which is a bummer. You're about to
I got some hate mail, and I was like, oh, see, they need to be destroyed.
No, they do.
This game needs to be erased from existence.
What you need to do is stop destroying. Just stop buying them and destroying one at a time. Buy as many as possible and just have a bonfire with 1,000 of them. That'd be so great. And maybe hook all of them up to screen so we can watch the game die.
You're brutal. Dude.
I know.
I
just came back from a long trip where, yeah. I came back from a nerd convention, okay? Those things change you. Yeah, I guess that's pretty sadistic.
Yeah.
Did your track also get approved, Mike, or was it just the
Well,
other
yeah,
one?
that's the thing. So my track's approved, and so is the other track. And then there's a main one, too, which, you know, it's fine. I mean, it's just, I think, obviously, this track, everybody wants.
Definitely.
So it's, you know, it's not a big issue, you know. So it'll weed itself. It'll be fine. It's just, and I don't think anything like this will come in the future. I really don't.
No.
You know, it'll be more of the older title.
Get our pitchforks and vote one of them out.
It's a good way to
chase
test.
yours off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Glenn? Glenn, what do you think about this whole idea of creating new tracks?
I think it's a good idea, and it's something that Twin Galaxies needs. It just needs a type of moderation where, I don't know, where the idea of the, what do you call it, the commissioner. Perfect example. This is where we could use a commissioner. Somebody that is there to kind of...
Yeah, I kind of say it every episode. Twin Galaxies still needs a commissioner. Yes, people can
But that's the thing here. Is this
suggest ideas, but it still needs a stamp of approval from one guy that cannot compete.
Yes, exactly.
Ever in the scoreboard,
No.
et cetera, et cetera. And you know, is it Jace? I don't think he has the time for it.
No, probably not.
You know, or rulings on old rules and stuff like that. No, I know Data God had something here. What if the existing tracks is broken or have submissions that violated the rules but cannot be proven because of the piracy of the submissions? I don't know how to answer that, I guess.
I don't know.
I mean, this comes back to Glenn. We were talking about earlier in the show where Glenn, you don't mind talking about the Nintendo thing, right?
I don't care.
You don't compete on a lot of Nintendo games for specific reasons, right? Like the rules are broken or...
Yeah, there's a lot of bull crap rules and trackings for the NES on games that I like, so I choose not to compete on them.
Okay. So
like perfect example is Tecmo Super Bowl. They allowed at one point in time, I don't know how this got through, but a gamer took the rosters and completely altered them. He took all the starting players off the opponent's team and subbed in the second stringers. He altered the playbooks and gave them the crappiest plays you could give them. So every time they hiked the ball, they'd fumble the ball and he'd just run it into the end zone. And it makes the game very, very boring. And it's like, I don't even want to go for that record. I'd much rather just play it on default settings where you just like do the hard reset of the save on your NES. And then you have default rosters and default playbooks. So there's actually a challenge and the game's fun to play. I love that game, but why would I want to like do what he did and just no skill or thought involved into it? Just run the ball into the end zone whenever they hike the ball. That's it.
Oh, so these new tracks, that's a solution for you. So, for example, Nick's going to go on the website tonight, suggest it. We're all going to give 10 submission points that you must use default settings.
Yeah.
Would you submit at that point?
Yeah, I would submit on that game. Of course I would. The game would be fun to play.
Yeah.
It wouldn't
there you go. I mean,
yeah, and that doesn't dilute the scoreboard.
If anything, it helps alleviate all of what you guys have been talking about for a long time, even years ago.
Yeah.
Even I remember Walter talking about some of those scores from the 80s, where he's like, well, we don't know. There's no way we can verify whether these scores are good or not.
Yeah.
But they're on the scoreboard. Someone at some point verified them. So I think your guys are right with these new track system.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if everyone is in agreement that a score from the 80s is kind of crap, create one that is good, and eventually that old score will be gone.
It'll still be there.
It'll still be there, but If if 25 people a year are submitting on Glen's new Tecmo Bowl score, and no one in a decade submitted on the other one, it's gone then.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still there, but it's no longer functioning. It's dormant.
And that's where I guess we're trying to get to on Data God's comment in the boards.
Yeah, I think that's what he was trying to say.
The ones with the broken rules. If there's enough people, if there's enough interest in making it competitive, for example, we're using Glen's Tecmo Bowl. Rule here. If there's something that's not competitive now in the scoreboard, we can put something else into it.
Yeah. No, I honestly, that's where it works perfect.
Yeah, it does.
It works perfectly for those ones. And I have no problem with your Donkey Kong rule because I think that's the best way to play Donkey Kong. Yeah. And the most entertaining way. But I do, it has a give and take.
Oh, yeah.
There's really good parts to it, and then there's lousy parts to it. Mainly because people do, no, I like it this way, and just, like, slightly tweak it, and it'll be like, okay, I mean, there's nothing technically wrong with that, but it's like, what's the difference?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, really, it's kind of silly.
And
whatever.
And some people go, "Oh, the points way is just fine too."
Which is totally cool. That's legit anyway.
Well, there's two groups. There's a competitive group for that, and then there's a competitive group for that. That's what's great about that game. That's what's great about that game.
That's why it's still the most.
And most games in the Twin Galaxies database, especially from NES era, Sega Genesis, a lot of them have both of those in there.
Which is cool.
Because some of them, it's kind of a. I'll use Sonic for example. My world record on Sonic
is garbage.
I don't want to say it's garbage, but
rubbish.
What would I rather have if I could only have one? I would rather have the speed run.
Okay.
All right. If I was good enough.
Glitch or no glitch?
No glitch.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I was just wondering.
But that's just my personal preference. And that's what I think about this. So it's exciting. It's going to happen. I can't wait to start seeing some of the runs.
It's already happening. It's fantastic.
What are we going to do with ones where we do find that somebody is coming up with a ridiculous one? The whole idea is that nobody gives points to it, right? And it just dies. But can't the person give themselves enough points or just pump their own track?
Yeah, they can.
I think that's... Go ahead.
That's the one that worries me is mostly the fact that people could just go, yeah, I want my own, and push it through themselves. I would feel like at least 2 or 3 people would have to help out, but...
Essentially, people can make their own track, donate enough points, and it's gone through without anyone else looking at it.
Exactly.
Which is ridiculous.
And I feel like it's not even a commissioner that you need here. All you need is, at most even, is an intern who just checks over the few that get approved each day and looks for the weird ones and brings them to anybody or somebody to say yes, no, or anything. Right?
Yeah, almost like you'd almost like want to, and this is another slippery slope. You almost want thumbs up and thumbs down thing. Like if it gets 50 people not to like it, it's gone. But then it's turning into a popularity contest again, or a hate fest or something like that. But that's probably a good one to ask Jace though next, because I'm sure he'll have a better answer than any of us can come up with. Or I hope. I don't want to put any pressure on you, Jace. But...
Yeah, I know he's listening, of course, because he's just preparing, and that's kind of part of this.
He's just preparing, going, shaking his head. Oh my god!
These guys are idiots. Their show's finally canceled.
Exactly. Last episode.
I'm sure you guys might give away too much either, so we don't figure it out.
Just
surprise ending.
So 25 minutes. Stay on.
Figure out system.
You ask him. Whoa! I'm not even drinking.
What's going on, dude?
So I think. All games should have a one life track. It'll inject a whole new lot of competition. I agree.
No, I totally agree.
I want extreme settings. Twin Galaxies did that for a lot of games. You got one life only. That also kind of make a 5-hour run in Castlevania.
The shorter the record, the better.
If you can get as many points as you can in one life instead of 5 lives, that's great. I always like using John McAllister as my example. He has the Twin Galaxies Extreme settings on Asteroid, which is only like 5 ships.
Yeah.
And he also has the Marathon.
That's pretty good.
So he can do both. But what does he rather play? The 5 ship one. Because
of course, because
it's still most points per ship.
Yeah. How long can he last though? It's probably a decent amount of time.
I can't remember. That was like 5 years ago. Okay. We talked about this.
Is it less than an hour or more than an hour?
Oh, I think it's less than an hour.
Okay, that's awesome.
So.
Well, that's why it's more fun.
Oh yeah. My whole thing is I don't know if I'm excited to make some rules, but I also think there should be actually I forgot to bring this up. It might be great what I want to see.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we're here. I'm bringing up Donkey Kong again. I want to see Donkey Kong. I want to see Donkey Kong speedrun.
Yeah.
But guess what? I'm never gonna submit Donkey Kong speedrun.
No, because you're not good enough.
Let's take an obscure game. I can't think of ESPN NHL for Super NES.
Yeah. I was gonna say Donkey Kong Senior, but
I don't know what the rules are. Whatever. I put the rules in, but nobody ever submits. Like, let's say a 1 or 2 year period. I think it should be. I think it should get removed at some point in time. If no one submits for something, anything,
Game's
like
gone.
in a certain time period.
Yeah, but what if there's records though?
No, there's no records.
Oh, I totally agree with you.
You know, like, if nobody ever submits, somebody bring,
give every game a year.
Because I believe a few people have sponsored I know that's not the right word to use, but sponsored a new track.
Mm-hmm.
They put in all the points for it,
Okay.
and then they submitted for it.
All right.
That's kind of, yes, somebody else should be there to kind of say, yes, that's a good rule, but by them at least submitting to it, then we know there's at least one person who's interested in submitting. Or I'm kind of afraid some people are going to start making rules like crazy because they want to make these rules and get these investment points that Jay say might be there so they can get more and more points. But if nobody ever submits, it's just clutter,
And at the same time, to make there be some consequences that make there be what the hell. Have it so if you do create a track like that and no one submits, and given you could submit if you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But if no one submits, then you lose points because if the game gets taken away after a certain period of time, you lose your point.
I bet that'll be in the investment
I think that's
model.
probably a good idea. I mean, you would have to do that, really.
But, God, this is
I'm worried now. It's like it's like not about video games.
Exactly. We're talking too much about all this other stuff and not playing them again.
And I almost feel like
Twin Galaxies there might be no competition or darn near no competition for various reasons. Let's say, and so those things will just kind of die, even if they are really good accomplishments in some cases, which is kind of unfair or unfortunate, right?
Yeah.
But that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Some really great businesses
looks at these things and says it makes a quick judgment. It shouldn't be that hard to get somebody just to look at a few things a day, right?
You'd think.
Since I don't have to staff it or pay for it or anything, but
yeah. What game you playing tonight, Mike?
I don't think I'm playing any game.
Oh.
Because the Wii mote's not.
It's 10:02, man. Where is it? 10:02.
It's behind you. You have to turn around. It's behind you.
There it is. Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll watch it here. Just tell me what's going on. You figured us out. Is it not working?
No, it's working. I was just coming back to see if there's anything else in the chat.
That's the one, yeah.
Since you're in the chat, Chris, and I'm a competitor of the game, and I verified some of your scores, do you know why you think your scores are not being verified for Bubble Bobble?
I think part of it is just the whole length of time, considering it takes a little bit longer. I don't think WiiWare titles get a lot of attention. The one that surprises me is the arcade one not going through, mainly just because I know there was some confusion over when it ends. I think we figured it out to the point where I think it'll be this is the precedent-setting one. It's an empty track now. I would think that most arcade ones would get at least a good amount of attention and go through relatively quickly, but I don't know. I think a lot of it is people want the points more or just go for the easy ones or the quick ones. Yeah. And it is a quantity versus quality system, or, length system, to some extent right now, so.
Yeah, and that's the thing. This is still in beta. I mean, even the submission and the track, so it's not like, this is how it's going to be forever. Is everything going to cost more submission points? It might. If you submit a longer one, it might cost more, or the reverse. If you if you verify a longer run, you might get more submission points.
Yeah.
I think that would be the solution for that, because I know, to be honest, I'm the same way. There's some games I'm not going to verify.
The argument against that, though, if you think about it, or that's what everybody says, is, well, then people just go to the long ones and just click accept, hoping or knowing that it's going to go through, right, and not really watch it. So why do they get more points for just blindly accepting like they could for anything? Yeah, it's kind of tough. So until you can figure out a way to somehow track whether or not they really kind of at least made an effort, it's really hard to do that. And that's the hardest part about, like, clearly they've increased the punishment for screwing up a lot, or screwing up, or voting incorrectly. I think people, the tough part about that is now people are going to abstain slightly more often on some of these ones, like the arcade one, where at least there is a debate. I think we figured it out. Everybody seems to agree on it. Nobody seems to be disagreeing. But there are still a lot of people who are just, no, I'm not touching it. So
I'm not touching it. I don't want to lose. I'm afraid to lose points. The bad part about that is who loses is the person submitting, I guess. I mean, they don't lose because it's just they got to wait a longer time or that kind of thing, Yeah,
but I think most of us still agree with the stiffer penalty and trying to prevent the blind acceptance more than, my submission being stuck in limbo that much longer. Whatever, that's kind of the trade-off here. So I'm just trying to be patient, but I really want the arcade one to go through mostly.
You guys talk about stiffer penalties. What if it's something where if you pick 3 wrong submissions in a certain amount of time, you get, a 6-week freeze on your account or something?
Well, just to let you, Nick, they bumped it up to 50.
They did.
Credibility.
Okay, all right.
But it is still no.
Or how about 3 strikes and lifetime ban?
I already have 3 negatives.
Nope, you'd be gone for good, Mike.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Nice going.
Why were you? Good night, everybody.
Why were you cheating?
I wasn't cheating. What did I? Oh, one of Ferretti's things.
Somebody did mention earlier. I'd like to point this out that they said that Castlevania Symphony of the Night was their favorite of the series. I just wanted to agree with that and see if anybody else had an opinion, especially Glenn.
Castlevania 2, baby.
Simon's Quest is awesome. I was just that's my second. Darn it.
I'm not a big fan of Symphony of the Night.
That's me.
I was gonna say, have you guys ever played Castlevania 2?
Yeah.
Yes. That was the only one I had for Nintendo originally.
I used to speedrun it.
Oh.
A
couple of years ago.
I sold that. Yeah, I just want the Simon's Quest one. It was fun. It took me a long time to figure it out and stuff, so it was challenging. So I'm a nerd that way too, though. I just want to sit there and finish the puzzle or solve it. So it appealed to me more.
Dang, Mike.
I'm terrible.
There were some people, as Tim was just saying, he unvoted too for just those reasons. He couldn't follow the debate, and the big points loss is kind of risky. Yeah, I don't blame him. He just said that exactly in the chat. Yeah. Like we said, that's kind of the way the system has to work, though, to punish those who, like you said, we can't really reward those who are going to blindly click accept. So at least we can punish those who do as best we can. So that's the downside.
No, there has to be some sort of downside.
Yep.
You can't just blindly let people do whatever they want.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, I'm terrible. I didn't even get the bonus.
That was pretty good. I like this version better.
I like packing.
What's the target here, by the way?
It's like 110,000. I'm not gonna get it.
Oh, you're close, man. You're only just under 100,000 away. That's pretty good.
And I'm gonna die here.
Oh yeah? Why?
Because I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh. I like this just because it's not as long.
There's less stuff.
Yeah, there's less stuff to eat. Exactly. The less you play a game, the better.
So I like Pack and Pal. There's even less stuff to
I don't. No, Pack and Pal's awesome. That never came out here, right?
No.
That's such crap. We missed out on the best Pac-Man game.
Probably.
I mean, given Casey Munchkin, in my opinion, is the best Pac-Man game, but
Pac-Man's not even in that game.
I know, but it's so good. Pac-Man didn't even need to show. Well, Pac-Man wanted to play it himself, so he was like, "I'm going to sit this one out. I want to play this game." Casey's taken over. That is a good game, and the Odyssey's such an underrated system.
And I love the blind one, or if you play on option A, you play blind.
Well, I guess that was one of my questions about the tracks. Is all game tracks? It's not like you can only play with one hand, right? Is it? Or could?
Well, see, that's what comes up to my thing, man. I want to compete against somebody else in Sonic on an Atari 2600 controller.
Well, there you go.
But that
I mean, that's what I mean. How do
would
you?
just be silly to track.
Okay.
I don't know.
Seems kind of cool to me.
It is cool, but is there enough people who are willing to submit for it?
For Sonic, you might be able to get away with it.
Yeah.
Any
Sonic
other
and
game.
Knuckles, probably not.
I would submit
I've
for
heard
it, but
of
it
some players
violates
playing.
my no Sega policy.
Come on, break it. Technically, you're playing with an Atari controller, though, man.
But I'm playing a Sega game.
But you're not touching anything Sega. We'll put the game in for you. We'll press power button.
But
Oh,
I'm
you gotta-
interacting with it.
No,
interacting with it.
all. That,
You're interacting with us, and we like
yeah, we like Saga. Saga.
Sega.
You touched me once.
Sega.
I mean, at the convention. I mean,
Glasses.
yeah. Shake my hand.
Exactly.
We're talking about Segas.
Have you ever played? You've played Sega arcade games, right, Glenn?
We're gonna fight.
Yeah, I've dabbled a couple times.
See, you can't claim innocence then. I bet you there's even one arcade game. Love them is Sega made.
Say it.
Just say it. What
All
game
right,
was it?
Astro Blaster.
See, there you go. That is a Sega game, and you
But
like it.
if I wanted to play it, I could play Cosmos, which is pretty much the same thing, and it not be Sega.
You're making your life harder by avoiding Sega. Think of how much easier and more joyful your life would be.
Yeah, I like Nintendo.
Yeah,
I like them
Nintendo's
all.
great. They're all great.
Yeah.
Especially Vectrex.
Hey
That's
man,
like
some people choose not to eat meat. That's their choice. If they
You're-
think that living life is happier not eating meat, good for them.
You're a Segatarian?
Yep, Segatarian.
Except for on occasion when you play arcade games that have
Or
Sega.
Shining Force.
Or Shining Force, yeah.
Yep. When I'm really,
Actually,
really drunk and
in
want to play some
Nintendo.
Shining.
Since
When
he's
I'm really
specifically
drunk and I
only
make some bad
consumes Nintendo,
decisions.
Vegetarians don't eat. Yeah, they eat vegetables. That's so he wouldn't be a Segatarian. He would be a Nintendarian.
Sure.
Oh, good call, yeah. My bad, yeah. That's true.
Grammar police.
We don't have a script, guys.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
That was terrible.
That was good. I feel like I'm watching myself play right now.
I just can't get the pattern of this, or I don't know.
It's not bump and jump, dude. It's not bump and jump. The 75th best game ever. What's better, Atari skiing or Intellivision skiing?
In television, skiing is way better.
No, it's not. That was a test. You failed it. Obviously, Atari.
I'm sure that wasn't a question.
No, Intellivision skiing is good, except for the
What
controller.
did you guys think of the whole double hand thing, by the way? I'm sorry. That
Television
was
controller is a 12 directional pad. All right, Atari is 4. All right, or 8. I guess 8. No, 4.
Never mind, everyone's scam. All right.
12 directions you have available on the Intellivision. Do you realize that's better? More is better. Ugh.
Maybe. How many does Odyssey have, though? Way more.
No.
Odyssey has 1 million.
Why?
There's
Just all the button combinations?
Yeah.
All the keyboard combinations?
Yup. Because the Odyssey has a keyboard. And you can program your own game.
Actually, you know what, Nick? Since the tracks are open,
Yeah, dude.
we need to submit some more
Oh my God.
ideas for, what do you call it? The Odyssey.
Yeah.
Because there's more games that definitely need to be tracked.
Oh
for the
yeah,
Odyssey.
there's some really great games in for the Odyssey. And Glenn, CDI.
Yeah.
And
Dude.
Channel F, man. Channel F.
Oh yeah. Channel F2, right?
Yeah, we're sitting here talking about Donkey Kong.
Yeah, and we're just wasting our time not talking about Channel F.
Yes, that's right.
It's ridiculous. I mean, if you guys haven't played Channel F, you're obviously
Come to my house.
Yeah, you come here or go on eBay. If you see one, as long as it's under $1,000, it's the biggest deal.
It's worth
it is
it.
beyond worth it.
I've never
You'll
even
turn
heard
it
of this.
on for like 5 minutes, and after those 5 minutes, you will never want to play another system. Stay 5 minutes because that's pretty much all you're going to get out of it, but
Yeah.
it's definitely worth buying.
That's why you still need other video game systems because, I had it and then
Dude, it is the only downside to Channel F is once you play Channel F, every other system looks kind of crappy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing I would say that's negative about Channel F is that it makes everything else look lousy.
It's like, why did they even make other video game systems?
Yeah, no, it's kind of weird that Atari even came out. You'd think Nolan Bushnell would just be like,
Just buy the patent for
yeah,
that.
can we get Channel F? No? Well, I guess we'll make an inferior system, like try to replicate it. And he got lucky, and it was popular.
Yeah, it caught on.
No, it did, thank God.
Just probably because of the manufacturing. That's why.
Oh, definitely. The only reason any video game system ever takes off is because
This sound like an Echo the Dolphin speech. Just saying.
I must be reading it.
Well, see,
Sound
that's
very
what we need to redo is program Echo the Dolphin for the Channel F.
Oh, man. Imagine how good the graphics would have been on that. Oh, my God.
Well, they had the sprite from Zuki.
No, that's true, and it looked pretty good.
Thanks for reminding us, Chris.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned
I
Echo in
love
a
this
while.
Super Kills game, by the way, that's still a great picture. You should make that your official logo. For settle it on the screen, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should.
Why haven't we actually?
I don't know. We're sidetracked.
Dude. Fastest to Echo kill screen on Zookeeper? Oh my God. It's hard. It's basically
figure it out.
impossible.
We'll figure it out.
But it's possible. We did it, so. Anything else?
420 is trying to figure out how a controller would have 16 directions. Can you draw us a diagram?
Not in television it had 12.
Yeah.
It had 12 directionals on the
1,
in
2,
television.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Do we have a
10,
television
11, 12.
controller in here? No.
It was 3
It
on each
wasn't
corner.
16, it was 12. Yeah.
Yeah. Picture 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
16, I don't know. But just, how about what I just said, and then 13, 14, 15, 16.
Yeah.
There. Done. I think you might be wrong, actually. Maybe in television.
1 minute left, guys.
Oh, well, we'll have to find out next week.
Next week? Oh.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 12. If I don't know the answer to in television, then time to retire.
That's true.
So,
It's true, though. Odyssey is over 1 million.
thanks, Chris, for joining us. Of course, Glenn,
Thanks, Rick.
we've missed you, and I'm glad you're back. We'll be back next week, same time, same channel, maybe.
Maybe.
If we're not canceled.
Yeah, we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Surprise
Up next
ending.
is State of the Galaxies with Jace Hall. So all the questions you've been waiting to ask and dreading to get through us, just stick around for 5 more minutes.
Yeah, well, we run it through our ridiculousness filter and give you a fake answer, whereas Jace gives you a real one.
That's right. So for Nick Houselander, I'm Michael Strelka. And Glenn, we'll see you next time.
See ya! Thanks for settling it with us,
See ya.
guys. Bye!
Might have been early.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, 30 seconds, guys! It'd be dead air and then